You can always find the money, but when you find a bank, and not just a bank, but you find someone that is within the bank that's working with you, that genuinely cares about the next step. Oh man!
How you doing?
Boy, let's do it again!
Yes, sir.
You know why it's important to have a good banker? Not just a bank that's going to give you money. Getting money is easy, right? Like, it's not easy, but it's once you have like capital and you have assets, you got a good deal. So the next moves are like maybe bringing in investors. So if I bring in investors, I start syndicating deals because now I'm not using my own capital, and now I have less profits that I'm making, but I can keep getting more deals. I can go more deals. I can scale. I can do more and more.
You're not on the hook for everything.
Right. But then it's also like, all right, well, this deal that I'm doing right now, I did it with no investors, so my profit returns are significantly better. But guess what? I may have to wait a few months to get more capital coming in. The bank may not like it because my debt to income ratio is now getting higher. So that's where you want a lender, and you want the bank to work with you. All right, so maybe this next deal I bring in 40% on investors, where I can still keep the majority.
If you're doing business with somebody and they can't speak about your business like I just could, they don't have your best interest at heart. Because as you were talking, I know enough.
Yeah.
Where I can say, oh, you got this, you got that, because right. And so be careful, because people may talk that they want to help you, but they're not interested in you. Show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are, basically, kind of thing. So with investors, if you get the right investors, meaning they're pretty sharp, they're investment savvy, they have a long record of success, you're going to almost not guarantee your success, but you're going to be in a lot better position. If you go out and get investors that they don't know what they're doing, they don't have enough capital, then you can get yourself in trouble. So it's going to be key, whoever your investors are. And sometimes you have to qualify your investors. We will. So if Mark says, hey, if you're your investors now, great, I want to see their financials, I'll do background checks on you.
You're a wise man. Wise man. You got any spiritual advice before we get out of here?
Well, I think I would leave you spiritually with, there's a difference between reading scripture and having an experience with God. Because you have a lot of individuals that will read the scripture and they can even regurgitate it back to you. And you'll say, well, that person's holy or righteous. But they don't have the experience with God. They don't have, it's experiential. It's relationship driven. And so my only caution is as you hear people speak, watch what they do, how they act, and they have that kind of experiential relationship with God. That's my tip. Because typically, we do a transaction, he's my client, it's a couple $1 million deal. You would think if I want to be in his good stead, I'd take him to a club, buy him a nice steak dinner, a big bottle of wine. That's typically how it's done. He said, hey, my grandmother wants my books. Went out, got her a nice cross with a nice saying on it, and said, thank you for the business. When I look back on things, I didn't spend enough time as a young man, and even as a grown-up, in a quiet space to really think. It was very much transaction-oriented. If I want something, you're doing it till you get it, and then you find the next thing. But in life, you will learn, if you stop and have some nice quiet time to reflect, or we call it discernment, on what's my spidey senses telling me, right? I see the flash.
Don't if you take, but that can't even take too long. If you're wanting to watch out some of the movies, you might miss out.
Well, that's what discernment's about.
That's one of my favorite words.
You don't, discernment?
It is.
Yeah, but you have a short interaction. Like, let's say, all right, now this guy wants to do a deal and he wants to meet. You don't know how he moves, but you have to make a decision quick.
You don't have to. You think you do.
Or you could lose out. It's not about you have to.
There's going to be other deals. And that's where the
But then it comes time and speed, because if you don't act quickly, it's gone.
Right.
It's opportunity.
But there's gonna be another one.
Not always.
Yeah, there'll be, trust me, as long as there's dirt, there's another one. May not be in that same vernacular, but there's gonna be another one.
Also, speed is key.
But
You have to move.
you're processing quicker than somebody else, because you've done it 2 or 3 times. So your discernment and your pace is quicker because you've got experience. You're checking more boxes quicker than the average person. This happened a lot quicker. From the time you had that commitment to the time you closed.
Because now I know what to do.
You know what to do.
I know how to
Yeah,
get appraisals. I know
that's
I
what I'm
didn't
saying.
with money.
I'm telling you. A banker is trained to be negative and slow. You don't want them too quick. If they're quick, they're called private
Risk.
equity people.
Yeah, the risk.
They're called, and they'll take, but they charge you more. But I'm lending other people's money. So it's a little bit more slower, methodical. Look how long this took. Okay, so we'll slow you down for a reason.
I need to just hang out with you for the day, man.
No, man.
Yeah.
Anytime.
That's what we're gonna do, man. I appreciate you more than anything, man. We got the deal done.
Congratulations.
Learn, man, and
More to
we're
come.
gonna keep going.